Welcome, everybody. This is Imran of Digital Learning Partners, and I'm joined with my esteemed colleague, my co-host Yusuf Chowdhury, digital marketing strategist out of San Antonio. SEO, the series is coming to a conclusion today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's part 15, the end of a 15-part, 15-week journey. And today we're going to be concluding with best free and premium SEO tools. Mr. Chowdhury, how you doing?
Excellent as always.
Awesome.
Even when I'm in pain, even when I step on a Lego, I'm still feel great.
Really?
Yeah,
Were you drinking some cheap coffee over there? What was that?
that's some cheap water.
So,
Hey, some of my businesses, we gotta try some cheap stuff, right?
hey
Sometime.
man, we gotta give them reviews, right? I get you, man. I got you.
Yeah.
So today we're coming to an end, Yusuf. We went over 15 parts, everything about SEO, on page, off page, why it's important, what are its essential principles, Google factors, keyword research, keyword tools, how to distribute keywords, algorithm updates, best link building strategies, what are the different types of links, why content matters, right? We talk about SEO, but we forget about content. And now we're going to be talking about best free and premium SEO tools. So what you got for us, man?
Man, the good news and the bad news. Let me share the good news first.
Go ahead. You
There are
saved a lot of
hundreds.
money on your car insurance?
Hey, they didn't pay us for that. So there are like hundreds of tools out there. That's the good news when it comes to SEO, right? The bad news is there's also hundreds of tools out there. Okay, because too much. Some people are like, what I'm gonna do with all these tools, man, right?
I feel
So
you.
one of the most common mistake, again, businesses do, or some agency. In fact, let me share this quick story before we jump into like what we need to focus on when it comes to tools itself, specifically the SEO tool, right?
Sure.
So I'm hitting myself.
You're hearing yourself?
Yes.
Right now you hear yourself?
Yeah.
I got headphones in, man.
Interesting.
Hey, let me put you on mute.
Testing, testing,
How
testing.
about now?
Good.
Okay.
No, actually, you can hear again. All right. I guess you all can handle it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't hear any echo.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm hearing myself like from your side, not from my side. Anywho,
I have headphones, man.
maybe my voice is so loud.
Let me turn it down a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm too loud, man. Oh, it's better now. Okay. A quick story. So one of my business mentors was talking about how he tried to hire like 3 to 4 agencies in, let's say, social media, specifically social media, but they do have a digital marketing service, but they also provide social media service. And he was telling me that how frustrating he was because all these agencies, when they were trying to talk to him about, his marketing and whatnot, they keep focusing on talking about we have this tool, we have that tool, we have this tool, without even analyzing and understanding his goals, his objective, his niche, his market, and coming up with a strategy. Because strategy doesn't require tools. The tools actually help you. The tools helps you to fulfill the strategy. Make sense? So I basically told them that seems like they're not experienced company because if they're experienced, if they're expert, the way the way they're going to ask him the question will be like, okay, what's your goal, what's your challenges, and let's see what are the problems so we can go ahead and target that problem and resolve it using digital or social or SEO and whatnot, right? And I've seen some big agencies like the traditional marketing agencies, right? An average, according to like studies, and I even talked to like big advertising agencies in San Antonio, Texas. It's amazing that how when I spoke to them and kind of consulted them that most of them use like anywhere between 30 to 45 tools. It is insane because half of those tools can be done with one software. Right? So the problem what happens when you have so many tools, your objective is not supposed to have so many tools for the sake of the tools. You're supposed to study what does each individual tool does for your purpose. Right? Like for example, when we talk about doing a basic keyword research, right? Most of us probably use Gmail account. And if you have a Gmail account, guess what? You have access to the Google AdWord. And within the Google AdWord, you have a Google Keyword Planner, which is free. So this tool will help you to analyze about keyword research locally within your location, what your target audience are searching for, and it's completely free, right? Then you also have a paid version like SpyFu or Keyword Spy or Semrush. So the difference is The paid version, they have probably more data, more collected data than just Google, because Google, the way Google, the way Google's keyword tool works, they basically collect all the data like 12 months before, not
Okay.
like in real time. So when you
Hmm.
do the research for, let's say, yoga, they basically spend like 12 months collected all this information to kind of show you what's coming up, right? And sometimes if you are going to utilize the Google AdWords specifically for the ad, then they might show you some seasonal here and there. So that's why when you use the free, it's good because you don't have the budget to buy or pay for a paid version. So temporarily you can use the free one. Make sense?
Hmm.
But before deciding on free or premium, I honestly prefer the premium tools because they have updates, they have customer support, they have more data for to collect and report and whatnot, right? But if small businesses are out of budget, they can still utilize the free tool. Okay. Now, before deciding whether you want to go with the free, premium, or both, you have to ask the question, first of all, what the heck is SEO tools? Right? Like what is SEO tools? Like
What
what
are they
does
going
it
to do for you?
what are they going to do for you? But what does it come with it? Like when we have this like home tools or mechanical tools, you have the wrench and all the stuff, right? That does different thing, right? The whole concept of the SEO tool, look at it as like a medical field, right? And within that, you have several branches, right? So the SEO tool, we have to understand like what are those tools? Is keyword considered part of the SEO tool? Yes. Is backlink analysis considered part of the SEO tool? Absolutely. Is speed test of the pages considered part of the SEO tool? You see, so there's so many, and somebody might get confused or overwhelmed. Why so many tools for so many different things? You see, that's how I appreciate the search engine so much compared to other platforms like the socials and ad and whatnot. Why? Because the intricacies of like everything that connected to the web, to the website, it is extremely humongous. I mean, it has so many stuff. Like for example, right now, I'm gonna share this link for the audience, and the audience can go and check it out. Let me give you two links. One from Maz. So Maz basically collected top 100 free tools, for example. Okay.
I think, yeah, we shared that one last week.
Oh, you did? Okay, so that's a
Yeah.
good one. Then you also have there's an amazing digital agency, which is like my competitor, big company here in I believe in Austin. It's
Digital
called
Learning Partners.
yeah, that's that one too. Okay, so it's called Internet Marketing Ninjas. If you go to Internet Marketing Ninjas, it's a company, it's a digital marketing company. They specialize in SEO, but they also put together within their own. They're very smart. They put all the tools, or they build the tools within their website, so people can go to their company site and start utilizing these tools, right? Because if you look at the SEO tools, there is something called backlink, speed, mobile friendly tests, the data markup structure, rich snippet, plagiarism. There's so many. So that's what you have to decide. If I'm going to use a SEO tool, what is it for? I'm going to use one for keyword. I'm going to use one for the existing website backend analysis, which is like analytics, for example. I'm going to use another one to check my ranking on Google, to see the backlink, good backlink, bad backlink, right? And to do a comparison with other competitors, right? So you have to make a decision what kind of tools I'm going to use and for what purposes, okay? Because there are tons, man. I mean, there's some tools like, for example, the free one we talked about, Google Analytics Search Console for the website analysis. That's free. You can use the Google Keyword Planner, which is also free. You can use Keyword Everywhere for keyword research. You can also use what do you call it? This company called SEO. I'm sorry, link. I'm going to share the link with you right here. Link-assistant.com. They come with a 4 application. You can download it to your machine. They also have like a free backlink analysis tools. So you got to make a decision. Okay, which one I'm going to use based on what I want, right? Because there's no way for you to utilize all the crazy 100. Does that make sense? Like, why would I use all the 100 tools for what? Do you see what I'm saying? If I'm going to use a tool to do an audit, if I want to use the tool to do an audit, then who is the one tool? In fact, my friend Abdul Mukti, I mean, he was working on the backlink SEO, and he's trying to put a lot of stuff in it, so you don't have to have multiple tools separately, individually. So his website is backlink SEO. He's still working on it. He has a Facebook group, as I mentioned last time. It's a mastermind group where users keep testing it and testing it until they perfect the tool itself. I'm going to also share that so you can put in the comment section right here, right? So when you study that these tools, what is it for? What I'm looking for, right? If I want to do an audit on the website to see if my on-page SEO is correct, you can utilize WooRank, WOORank.com. It comes with an extension. First time you can use it for free, but after that you have to pay. Or you can use SEO Quake Chrome extension that can also analyze the on-page SEO. Okay. When it comes to Backlink, so the Link Assistant released their free backlink checker that basically analyzes the backlink that is coming to your website for your website and also for your competitor, because you want to see how many links they're getting, what kind of links they're getting, so I can tap into their properties and look at these backlinks. Are these relevant? Are these news agencies? Are these article or blog material site that I can go and submit a specific content or do a backlink and whatnot? Make sense? So if you look at the Internet Marketing Ninja and the Moz, you will see there's so many tools. So you don't have to like freak out. You just have to look, understand the purpose of each one of them. What is it for, and what I can use it for, right? If this is something that I don't need it, I don't have to freak out about it. Make sense? So you have to make a decision. The primary is what? The on-page analysis, the keyword analysis, the backlink analysis, the competitors, you comparing the competitive sites, and also the ranking. So these are the basic 5 areas. But you want to get into the depth, you want to get into the detail, like how many site has broken links, or links with the follow or no follow or do follow. Those are the very technical stuff. But for a small business, just a beginner, my suggestion is you focus on the keyword research, you focus on the backlinks, the on-page SEO, and also the ranking. Okay, so the 2 links has all the free one. So now let's talk about the premium. So one of my favorite, I would say top 3 when it comes to a premium service for an SEO tool. Number 1 is Semrush. The reason I love Semrush, because they will show you the ranking of your website in different countries. They will show you the keywords of these ranking and where they're pointing it to. It also comes with the keyword analysis. It also comes with the backlink analysis. It also comes with a system where it can basically every month will analyze your in-depth analysis of the site. And if there's some content that needs to be adjusted, guess what? Semrush will give you some suggestion based on the SEO strategy. So what it does, it makes my job or my team's job, and instead of spending 100 hours on content and research and application and whatnot, Semrush can help us to basically minimize the time from 100 to maybe like 20 hours. Makes sense? Because the tools is basically helping me to fulfill and deliver what I strategically plan to deliver based on these tools. Make sense? So businesses, even if you're a beginner, you have a small business, you want to dominate locally, you got to focus on these areas. If you're going to use these tools, right? Like I said, the frees are okay, but if you want to invest in something more powerful, then Semrush is number 1. The second one is called Href. They specialize in the same thing, keyword and backlinking. Then SpyFu is specifically for keyword. What else? Semrush, Href, SpyFu. And if you don't want, because these tools, it's monthly. You have to pay like anywhere between $150, $300 a month. They start from $70 to all the way to $300 a month. But if you want to invest in an application, you can look into Market Samurai. I mentioned that before. Market Samurai, it is attached to the Google's database. It's only $100 one-time fee. That's it. $100 one-time fee. It does a keyword analysis, but it also tells you if these keywords are, heavy or difficult or not. And it also pulls some content, popular content, based on the keyword, right? So that's a one-time fee. But if you wanna, like, let's say you are you're yourself, like Imran, you do digital marketing for your clients. So the best advice would be if you invest, let's say, in Semrush, because with this one you can pull the full report. You can show the potential client, okay, how are you ranking? What is it pointing to? How your competitor are ranking? And these are the keyword. Look at the toxic link that you're getting that we need to submit Google for disavow link. So it's like a whole package in one place. Make sense?
And then, so I'm assuming if you get something like Semrush, it So is the whole point of this that it helps you now after you get the data, it helps you build links?
Excellent question. Now, that's a beautiful question. Now you have to find another link that will help you with the link building, because the link building process right now, based on all the algorithm update, is not automatic. It's not something where you click link and it works. The link building process, that is something manual. This is where we look at all these sites. This is where we contact them. Let's say if we look at our competitor and we notice that they're getting a backlink from a specific site that accept content material or that accept blog, or it's coming from a local news station, newspaper. Okay, great. We can contact the editor from that news station or to do a press release or write on the story. When it comes to link building, some of it is manual. You have to make that connection and contact. Some of them, like basically posting your content on a different site or posting your company, your business on citation directories, like, like Google My Business page and whatnot. Or you can have the links on, if you remember in our link strategy, we talked about how having a website on a social media site. So that's where the other strategy comes in based on the data that you collected. Once you implement it, guess what? You're going to go back to the tool and do, what do you call it, refresh. So now the tool can go back after, let's say, 1 month and give you more information, more data to show you whatever you were implementing, whether it's working or not working. Do you see what I'm saying? So, but you will definitely appreciate when you go to the Internet Marketing Ninjas or the Moz, 60 best free tool, you will see, man, there are a lot of stuff. Don't let this confuse you. Just understand that, okay, what is the purpose of each tool and how far or how much I need it for, right? You don't need all of it, right? It basically depends on what you need it for. Make sense? But at the same time, you can definitely appreciate how the search engine is so like humongous, right? Like huge. It has so much stuff. Like, it's not just, people always talk about keywords. It's not just keyword. There is technical things. There's a web-based thing. There's a mobile-based thing. And then you have the voice search. I mean, there's so many technical things in the background. I think that's what confuses a lot of small businesses and freaks them out. Like, this is too much, right? But there's a reason behind it, why these tools are built this way and what is it for. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like, for example, if I want to check my website, if there are any broken links internally, right? I can use Google Search Console, which is free, or I can use some of these tools to tell me, okay, which links are broken, which are not. Or you're getting link from a site that you never submitted your content there. Somebody just took information and posted on their website without your permission. Now you can contact them. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you posting my stuff without my permission? You can contact them, or you can ask Google for them to re-index it from the server.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? So, but to keep things very simple, when it comes to like SEO tools, look for tools that if you go with the free route, for the keyword, for the backlink, for the ranking, and on page, SEO. What was the fifth one? I mentioned the fifth one, and I got a brain fart. I forgot the fifth one. So these are the 4 or 5 areas, just the basic. Anything else that's like, if you're like love technicality, you're very detail oriented, you want to get into the black belt of SEO, then of course you're gonna get into all the other detail. But to keep things very simple, also like backlink SEO, but brother Abdul Muqtam, he's working on those tools because he wants that tool to be utilized for everything, right? So right now, my team, we don't use like 30 tools. Heck no. We only use probably like, we have the main one is the Semrush, then we have the Spyful for the keyword, and occasionally we use Ahrefs. That's about it. We only have like 2 or 3. Now my team, because we're in this digital marketing business, anytime there's a new tool out in the market, we actually like to test it, right? We test them, we analyze them, we see how we can help our clients. If it's something like better than the other one, we'll use it. If not, we'll just basically test it and move on.
Okay. So those are some examples of, you gave like a whole bunch of like you gave one of your competitors, Austin, and on their website they have all the different tools mentioned. And then now you just mentioned, for example, Semrush. But is this something that only agencies should be using, organizations like ourselves, or these don't seem like something every Tom, Dick, and Harry who has just a website should be using?
That is a beautiful question. Well, mainly these tools are used by SEO experts like yourself and myself, because we know what we're looking for. So, but for small businesses, if they want to get into it, for example, they want to find out, okay, what my customers are looking for locally, right? If they have a little bit of knowledge, then I would advise them, if you want to invest in something, let's say you're a content writer, you write a lot of content on a weekly basis. So Semrush or Market Samurai will be a good option. You see what I'm saying? Because you're heavily focused on content on a weekly basis, 10 content per month, then go for it. Because when you invest it, you're trying to invest that money in the tool because you want some return. You're not just investing for the heck of it. Make sense? So majority of the time, either SEO expert or the agencies like yourself and myself, we use this because it helps us to basically minimize the time and be more efficient and provide our customer with the best detailed report. Right? That's what it's for. But that doesn't mean anybody cannot use it because you have to pay for it or it's free. But you have to know what you're doing. You have to know like what is it for. If you're ignorant, then of course there's no point of using it because you don't know what the heck all this stuff mean. Then there's no point for you to use it. Right? This is only for those that want to. If you want to focus on content and blogging, adjusting the website, then yeah. If you don't want to hire anybody, you want to learn by yourself and do it by yourself, then you can definitely utilize the free tools to help you. And if you want to go above and beyond, then try to invest at least in one or two. Maybe one is minimum in these tools that can help you to produce, good feedback and proper data, so you can implement, strategic plan for your marketing.
Okay. Any concluding thoughts, my man?
Man, that's about it. It's like a final class in the series, so we gotta figure out what we're gonna do.
I think what we're gonna do, number one, is I'm gonna organize this into a playlist so people can watch it, sequentially. And then I think you and I need to probably talk offline and figure out what the next series is.
Absolutely, man. We gotta help because remember I told you that I looked into the SEO market right now and I talked to my team. What's the latest and the greatest? The good news is not too many stuff that I spoke about last year. Mostly those, and there are very few things. So that's good for business because they can still continue utilizing what is more important. When it comes to like making sure that even the language. I mean, I was talking to one of my business partner when I was giving a class at Texas A&M right here in San Antonio, Texas. Right, we were talking about how that these the tools and the marketing, how it's changing, but still we can educate our customers that there's still a chance. There's still a chance that you can definitely tap into this and also focus in the language itself. So a lot of time when we meet our clients, we don't talk about SEO and KPI, and it's a fancy word. You don't want that. What you want to do is that, okay, you're a Mr. Customer or Mrs. Customer. What do you want? Oh, you want more phone calls? Okay, we can help you with getting more phone calls, more foot on the door. You see, that's the language that they understand, right? So you start with that. Then explain. If they ask you how, then explain to them. Trying to sometimes simplify these techniques so they can understand it. Because if they don't understand it, that's what the problem happens. Because in the future, they're going to be completely confused. Once you explain to them what they want, that grabs an interest. Then explain to them how the system works. You know what I mean? Then they'll be open to it. Then after that, they definitely go ahead and, hire you for that expertise. Because a lot of work, man. I mean, we've been doing this for how long? I mean, you've been doing it for a while. I've been doing this since what? 2006. Right? It's been a while, man. So a lot of changes, a lot of knowledge. Even though we give all these at no cost, sessions and live streaming and content to educate our local businesses, and we tell them all the time, you're good at what you do best, which is your business. I'm not saying you cannot learn this, but there's a difference between somebody like us doing it for like decades than somebody just started it yesterday. You know what I mean? You're always going to make a mistake, and it's a learning process. If you're one of those folks, go ahead, no problem. I used to be that person. But if you have some sort of budget on the side, then hire an expert to help you out.
Hey, well.
Hey, have you seen the other series about the Seljuk, the Awakening? Good stuff. I'm going to send the link, man.
Send it, no problem.
I love it. Our history, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the conclusion of our 15-week series. Okay, let me bring it back up on the screen. So this is like the third or fourth series that Yusuf and I have completed. I'll make a link out of the previous ones or a playlist out of all of them. This is a great free resource. Yusuf goes into a lot of details into every category, especially in terms of paid versus free tools that can achieve what almost any category that we covered is, right?
Yeah.
So I would go ahead.
I'm sorry. So if anybody, you put the series, it will be awesome. If anybody has a question, you make sure come back to Digital Learning Partners, come back to that page and throw all your questions there. Okay, throw all your
Appreciate it.
questions there. Look at all the links. Go through them. Anything that doesn't make any sense, put the questions there, and we're gonna come back and answer them for you. Okay, utilize it to advantage, man.
Yeah. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm yawning a lot. Very long day. Very tired. But
I like
we're
your
gonna
background, by the way.
appreciate it. I like your background.
Fancy. I gotta put another thing on the background.
I like that green screen that you got back there, brother. It's a nice green screen.
Where was that one on the corner?
That's
I
not
guess-
real. That's not real. Your whole background is not real, man. It's fake. It's a green screen.
Yeah, look at that.
You got some
Yeah,
some
this is
scaling
sneaky, huh?
technology there, bro. So guys, we're gonna bid you adieu here. 15-part series. Stay tuned in the next week or so where we will give you an update on our next series. On
Yes.
behalf of Digital Learning Partners and Yusuf Chowdhury and myself, thank you so much, and I hope you guys benefited. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, ask questions, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.